coming to you live from Austin, Texas and DockerCon. I'm here with Paul Fazzone of VMware. Paul, how are you?
I'm very well today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So first of all, what do you do at VMware?
I am the general manager of our cloud native business unit.
So cloud native, a couple of big offerings there. The first one is, if I remember correctly, virtual integrated containers.
vSphere integrated containers.
I knew it had to be in it somewhere.
Or VIC for short, yeah.
Okay.
And that's that is our solution for simply and easily getting containers up and running on your existing vSphere environment. There are something like 600,000 customers across the globe who already have vSphere deployed in their production environments, running their virtualized workloads today. And with vSphere integrated containers, or VIC for short, we wanted to make it really easy for infrastructure, kind of in-house infrastructure providers to offer a container service to their developers, so that they could take their we're here at DockerCon, so take their Docker client pointed at a vSphere environment and move their containerized applications from their laptops into their production environment with the appropriate level of security, isolation, connectivity, persistent data storage services, etc.
So you talk about that's the operator's perspective. Do you do much on the developer side? Are you adding features there, or is it?
It's mostly, right now it's mostly on the operator side, focusing on, this morning during the DockerCon keynote, talked a lot about kind of there's two sides to the coin. How do you make it really easy for the developers? And in VMware, as a long-term provider of virtualized infrastructure, that's our focus area. That's where we have all of our expertise. So our approach is been to preserve, to every extent possible, the native developer experience, but then marry that to one of the things that you didn't hear talked about a lot this morning was everything that happens underneath the covers in a private cloud environment. And so that's where VMware comes into play to deliver the appropriate compute, networking, security, and storage services required for an enterprise to allow applications to move through the different stages all the way up into and including production.
Yeah, and as you say, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people have vSphere out there, and so why start with something new? You can build on top of it. Now that being said, if you do want to start new, you do have something for that.
We do. We've had a handful of customers, more than a handful actually, over the past few years, start to come to us talking about a container-focused platform, a container-focused environment. And for that, we've developed something called Photon Platform. Photon Platform is the base of that system is something called the Photon Controller, which is an open source multi-node compute scheduling and orchestration system. It works with ESX, it works with our NSX networking and security solution, and it works with our vSAN storage solution to provide a container-focused on-prem private cloud runtime for customers' production containerized environments. So whether you're running Docker or Kubernetes or Mesos, you can use the Photon platform to, again, multi-tenanted environment, API-driven, very scalable, but still offering the right level of enterprise security, connectivity, and storage services that are required to take an application into production in the enterprise.
And then, so would you say this too is mostly operator, or with this newer model you also cater to developers as well?
This is catering a lot more to developers in that we attempt to get the operators out of the way with the Photon model. And by that I mean the tenancy, multi-tenancy capabilities of Photon Platform are a top focus for the development team. And everything you can do with this platform inside of a tenanted environment is available to the developers or the DevOps team through a programmatic API, the same way you would find from a public cloud. So if you want to take advantage of services in AWS or GCP or on Azure, you've got a pretty simple to access and tenanted, married to your public cloud account API service that you can use to access all of the services of the underlying public cloud infrastructure. Photon offers the same model. The main difference is this is running in a data center, a private data center that your company controls versus out in the public cloud.
Got it. And now, bonus question. So, VMware, kind of similar to the virtual machine, kind of similar to containers, kind of, sort of. Do you have any insight is coming from that? side of the house, how this stuff may play out based on sort of experience and things you've seen.
Great question. So VMware, and as noted by the first two letters of our company name, has always been very focused on VMs as the atomic unit of compute in the data center. Over the last couple of years, that atomic unit has been cloned, if you will. There's a partner. So we look at virtualized workloads today, whether it's a VM form factor, a container form factor, or in the not so distant future, as you start to think about the concept of serverless. All of those capabilities require compute resources, storage resources, networking resources, security models for compliance and isolation. It's just the fact that there's different workloads that are appropriate for different types of applications. So VMware's approach to this is to support these different types of virtualized form factors, these different types of application workloads with the right set of services to make them enterprise friendly and enterprise ready. And as those form factors evolve, VMware and its portfolio will evolve with them.
Very cool. Paul Fazzone, thanks so much.
Thank you.